Hey, it's you! Come on in and join us!
We have our first soap today from the Goodfellas Smile!
It's a beautiful morning with the Barbershop Duet.
Hi, I'm Marcus Klinger with Klinger Vocal Studio.
And I'm Sarah Vincent with Sarah Vincent Virtual Pilates.
But on Wednesdays and Saturdays,
we are the Barbershop Duet.
Hey, yo, we're so happy to be your Barbershop Duet. Come on in, your chair's always waiting for you. And if you happen to be here during one of our live premieres on Wednesday or Saturday mornings, there's a live chat that happens in a separate box on the screen. Come on in, we're waiting for you. Say hi, meet the Whiff Pack, a cool group of folks hanging out from all over the world, and they want to know what you're shaving with.
They do. So for our mention today, we wanted to show you a Rockwell 6S. This is a great one for some of the newbies because the 6S actually means that there's 6 plate options. Right. There's 3 actual plates, and depending on how you flip it, there's 2 per. So it's a great way to figure out where you are, and if people want to know, like, what do you shave with? What's your plate? Then you can kind of decide another razor that maybe might be a good fit for you that's similar.
Y'all, the number 1 plate is the least aggressive, goes all the way up to 6. 3 plates that are interchangeable, that are reversible for 2 sides apiece. So y'all, you got 6 options.
You do.
To see how much blade exposure, all of that stuff you can change with this razor. And why are we mentioning this now? Well, with Black Friday coming up, not too far away, y'all. That's where I got mine, and it was a substantial deal. So keep your eyes open. If you were thinking about a new razor, Black Friday is a great time to do it. And what is our soap today?
Our soap today, we have kind of been throwing these in. We did Parasso. We did some of the other kind of legacy soaps, they tend to call them.
Legacy soaps. I think that's kind of what they're called. Yeah. And this one today, y'all, is from the Goodfellas Smile, an artisan that's been around since 2011, and they make some great razors too that are pretty ubiquitous in the shaving world. So we thought we'd pick this one up because it's got a little bit of a musical element to it on the label. So let's meet the soap. All right, y'all, so this one is from Italy. So the sales page is from RazioGoodfellas.eu.
Okay, the Goodfellas Smile brand was founded in 2011, and since then, the mission has been to create quality, made-in-Italy products at an affordable price. For this reason, the study and selection of the cosmetic raw materials to be used have always been the focal point of our team.
We work constantly to improve the productions, making them qualitatively in line with the expectations of our customers, who are increasingly attentive to the quality and raw materials used in the products they decide to buy.
The new shaving cream Solo is produced by Hot Saponification with an innovative and exclusive system of mixing raw materials. The result is an extremely high performance and balanced shaving cream.
Note, Solo is a vegetable-based shaving cream with no added glycerin, which requires a little bit more water to make your lather than normal. And this new fragrance is freely inspired by Chanel Egoiste.
That's actually pretty cool because when we were looking at the Razorock page, we didn't realize that one was an homage, and then this one is too, so that's kind of cool.
I didn't realize some of the more legacy factory soaps are also cologne homages and 2 pretty crowd-pleasing ones, I think. Let's let this one out of the box. The Amazon pouch. Y'all, this is how it comes. Now, we had our choice. They make a lot of great looking soaps. But what I love is that these labels are a little bit more on the artisan side of things because this one was chosen book by its cover. Look how beautiful that is.
Right?
Guy sitting playing his cello in the moonlight. How am I supposed to say no to that?
Solo, a moon story. And they also have... it's a green label, it said. So there's something about that too.
That is part of their philosophy, y'all. We did notice on the sales page that all of this is now bioplastic and whatever that means.
So for those who are conscious of such things,
better than non-bioplastic, I'll tell you that. Well, I'm excited. Let's have our first impression. You take it in. I want to know what kind of guy you think this is. All the way from Italy.
This is a 3.4 ounce tub for those who like such things.
We used to have exchange students from Italy.
Yes, we did. I actually did go to Italy.
You know what the Italian men smell like.
I do, yeah, but I'm curious what the homage is too, because I mean, now that I know it's an homage, I think my nose will kind of be searching for it. But I'm curious because this label sold us immediately, I have to say.
That's beautiful. All right, let's see if this reminds you of music.
Feel the tub in your hand though. It does feel kind of nies, even though it's like meant to be more bio-friendly. It actually has a good sturdy kind of tub vibe. Yeah. Okay, no more stalling. Here we go.
What's it look like?
Oh,
for your protection, y'all.
There we go. We hadn't smelled a thing, I promise.
Nobody else's nose spit on this.
Okay.
Oh,
Those who like
That's
to
more of a cream-looking thing, yeah.
Oh, wow. Want your nose. I already got a
You're
whiff.
getting whiffs?
It's-
Okay, hold on.
Woo,
Keep the
wait.
whiffs to yourself.
Wow, actually, yeah, this totally sounds like a fresh, prepped, ready, good-looking
Yeah,
food. Yeah.
nice. Now, how does it relate to your? Let's keep it in the same lane. How does this relate to the Parassos and the Razor Rocks?
Oh, interesting. No, this is much more a cologne homage to me.
Yeah?
Like some of those I got more like it took me to places.
Right.
No, this is taking me to a person. Like this is what they'd be wearing.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Woo, y'all.
And it has I'm not getting like an aquatic side. I'm definitely getting a bright, almost like bright white wood
Yeah.
and some bergamot kind of a zesty side. Not very sweet. But very cologne-y, if that could be used as a word.
Now, y'all, whenever I hear cologne but not very sweet, my brain always has one question. Is this in the Barbasol lane?
Nope.
No! Y'all, glad Ty does a great job.
Not at
Okay,
all.
How would you describe it?
You know, actually, this really is giving me, I don't know when this cologne came out, but this is totally taking me back to like early college days, high school,
Oh.
like when the men around me were getting their first like good things that
Right.
they wear.
Their
Like
first real
it
EDPs.
smells to me like getting dressed up to go on a
Right.
date or to go out to an event. Like there's something about this that I don't think you'd wear as much every day.
Right,
Unless you had a job that you wore something that was a little more dressed up.
Sure.
But there's something in this that's like you want to be looking good, you want to feel good. Like there's something in that type of a scent here that that's really coming through compared to some of the other sort of factory kind of things. I mean, I know it says the moon story, that it's something more for the evening, maybe, if we think of it that way. But this could be an afternoon into evening, like if you had a earlier wedding or something and you wanted to be smelling nice the rest of the day at the event, this could stay with you.
I'm clueless, so I'm going to ask one more question.
Okay.
So generally, with like the sexy guy colognes, sweet is a big part of it. It just is. So I'm kind of surprised that this is a lovely sexy guy cologne without the sweet note. What is the primary note that's giving it that sweetness?
It's something there on, it's a more crowd pleasing size, but it's not jumping to gourmandy to me. Like it's just more of it's there may be even more of like a fougere-ish kind of greenish side happening here, but there's something a little younger to me about the scent. Like a lot of the times when you hear fougere stuff, it does kind of go towards the classic aftershavey side.
Right.
I'm not getting that as much here.
Right. And y'all, we just did Sterling Gentleman, which is definitely like a grandpa kind of scent in the best of ways.
This is not.
This is the opposite. Okay, well, hold on. Let me add my vote to the pile.
I don't
Let's
think we
see
have
what happens
anything
here.
specifically like homaged to this in our den. So it's a new scent for us. But see if you can see if there's a lane you might help describe it with. I mean, I'm kind of with the new fresh clean.
I love this. All right, here we go. Oh, it's lovely. It starts for me with a beautiful citrus with a lemon inside out, just so it has this. Yeah, you're right. A little bit less sweet. And if you think about lemon, not lemonade, lemon, right? A beautiful sort of savory lemon smell. And then it takes you into some spices before it gets all the way down to the woods. Oh, this is lovely.
There's a lot happening. I mean, it's a very potent scent.
Right.
You know, like sometimes
Right.
people wonder these more factory-based kind of ones, legacy soaked.
Right.
But it's got a good hit for scent-wise.
And y'all, so a couple things. A, I can totally tell that this is an homage. So this is not like an original scent or a vibe from a shave soap. This is a classic sort of aftershave. And the second thing is, okay, let's have a grown-up conversation. There are cologne homages that are lovely that sort of hint, sort of loosely at a cologne to the point where they don't really smell all that cologne-y anymore. It's almost like, what would that cologne smell like as a shave soap, as a separate kind of character? But what I like about this keeps all of its cologne-y identity as a shave soap. So when we lather this in a minute and we wipe this off, this is going to smell like we were wearing a really nice EDP. This is not going to have like a shave soap vibe. This is going to have a nice cologne vibe because that quality of that EDP sense is still here in the soap. And I don't find that with every homage.
No. And sometimes, depending on how, you know, the homage is and how it interacts with the soap itself, sometimes the soap kind of really starts to jump into the scent. But I feel like this is just, I don't want to say the soap doesn't smell, but it's not taking over the homage to me. Like it feels like it's all put together.
And you know how citrus soda has a beautiful way of blending the right citruses so that it's kind of a soft, thirst quenching kind of an idea? Not squirt. The grapefruit people, that's a whole different thing. Man, squirt, that should never be a but your beautiful, more charming balances of citrus, that's where this starts. And I think lemon is the star there, but it doesn't have to be sweet. And then as it goes down, there's these beautiful like spices that are a little bit reminiscent of a cologne sort of era, but you're right, more of a modern one, not like a Creed, but It's Chanel. It's a Chanel cologne. And if you think like Eau de Chanel and like those things that you've covered, beautiful. That is the family that this is from.
But this doesn't have any of the aquatic stuff. Like, I can tell what lane it's not, you know?
Ah, you're right. How is this not aquatic? Because it's super bright and light. I even get blues from it, but you're right.
Even in the picture,
aquatic.
there's ocean. He's sitting in the ocean.
But I don't get aquatic.
But I do get a bright, clean to me. And I don't know if it's a woodsy side that's making the cleanliness happen. I don't know if it's more what is that? It's interesting. I think we've had it in a few things, but I do get a little oak mossy, like some kind of fougere something, but it's very light. It's not a deep wood. Yeah. And then there's something, I don't know, is it a wood that's white? I don't think it's like the normal cedar or whatever ones, but there's something to me that it does scream Chanel. Like if I was walking down Nordstrom's in the aisle and I got a whiff, I would know it has a quality scent to it for sure.
Y'all, when I was in Vegas once, I went and saw Oh by Cirque du Soleil, right? And I sat in the front row and one of the clowns like walked past me and I kind of thought that like, oh, this guy's gonna smell like I'm used to smelling when I'm performing. If you ever do musical theater regionally, it's not a great smell. There's a reason there's an orchestra pit between us. But y'all, when he walked by, I was like, oh,
you smell great.
He smells great. And funny, it's Cirque du Soleil. The guy's native language was not English. Not even his third or fourth language was English. So he had sort of a European vibe to him, as the Cirque du Soleil performers do. So this not only captures that memory of him walking by going, oh, wow, I didn't think clowns are supposed to smell good. And the second thing was, it just had this like European sort of Italian vibe to the whole evening. Y'all, when you've ever been to a show where the theater itself was built to hold that show, there is just sort of an elegance to it. There's a luxury to it because it just fits so hand in glove. And there is something about this scent that is the Cirque du Soleil Las Vegas signature scent for me. And I can't really explain.
Where would you wear this? Like now that you got your nose on, is there a certain time of day?
Because first of all, it's like subtly aquatic because it's got the big tag to it. But out for a lovely night, out to a lovely steakhouse, out to a show.
I feel like you're a little more dapper. It's not a daily scent necessarily. It could be, but I think it's more a little for the fun.
And I am in that weird sort of age group where I can definitely pull off something older that my dad or grandpa pulled off, or I can sort of pull off something a little bit younger, even something that like the teenagers are wearing now. I could probably wear that, right, the way they were made.
But I think even it said it was kind of a 90s scent, right? When it came out in 90s.
In 1990. So y'all, this is that magical like Chanel time when everything they were doing was not only so beautiful, but fit the time so well. This is still a beautiful, clean night out.
It doesn't have any of like the normal masculine things. Like it doesn't have the leather or the tobacco or that kind of stuff. It's a much, like a darker scent. It's much brighter.
There's a candied orange in this. I bet you there's a mandarin or something. But we'll know when we look at the menu. You know what? We didn't even have the site that had the set notes up in front of us yet, and I got the first one.
You did.
Citrus, mandarin, and lemon.
And lemon.
I said lemon right off the bat.
Top notes.
Thank you very much that are just watching this. Please send your congratulations to We Sent You at the Barbershop.
I had a 300-something episodes.
I finally got one. And but also in the top, though, didn't catch this.
Eucalyptus, but I knew it was a white kind of wood.
That's
something brighter.
That's that edge. And that's what's keeping it youthful. That's what's giving a little hint of menthol even. And then middle notes.
And that's why it doesn't go deep either. All right, here's some floral fun.
Right,
ready?
Here we go.
Jasmine, lily of the valley, much more kind of almost masculine florals, and then gardenia, clary sage. I did say there was a little green something happening.
YSL black. Y'all think clary sage. This is beautiful. And then base notes. Woody, amber, so powdery, sandalwood, musk, which could be anything. Musk could be everything from clean laundry to civet. Tonka bean.
And vetiver there. See, I said oak moss, but that was probably the kind of the closest. The lighter green,
Love it. So hold on, let's start here. The clary sage. Do you catch that clary sage?
Yes, and that's to me really staying throughout the whole whiff. Where some of these other ones kind of come in and out, but
and that's what's keeping it natural and clean for me, y'all. It's that clary sage. The amber gives it a little bit of just that barbershop sense with some powder. And the sandalwood, it's the creamy part of the sandalwood, y'all. It's not the woody part, I don't think. What do you get from the tonka bean and the vetiver?
It's definitely there, but again, it's where we were saying it was subtly sweet. It's not gourmandy crazy sweet, and this is just keeping it from getting too brisk, I think. And just kind of a low capper. If I'm digging for the florals, I get them, but it's not the thing that hits me first and stays with me. It's just what's keeping it that prettier cologne-y kind of vibe.
Right.
It doesn't make it feminine, none of that. This is still completely a masculine scent to me.
That is a formidable collection of florals there in the middle. Lily of the Valley, jasmine, gardenia, but they're all small. They're all little white, sweet
But
flowers.
this is also how you know it's definitely an homage to a Chanel scent. You
Right.
know?
Oh, I'm glad you said that.
It's a complex list,
So
you know?
y'all, think about that for a second. Think about those beautiful florals and then hitting that eucalyptus and that beautiful candied citrus. So right there is kind of a 3-act play because the florals are going to be like soft and masculine, and then they're going to hit that eucalyptus with kind of a crunch, and that's what I love. There's like a tug of war there, and then the eucalyptus opens it to these like really friendly and inviting citrus. And you know what? We are going to make this lather. We're going to do it with some professional barbershop equipment, so we're going to take this a little bit deeper. All right, y'all. So this shaving bowl was sent to us by Envato. It was a gift, and I'm going to use this soap with it because this is one of the kinds of soaps that they very often use in American barbershops. And this is the hardware that they use. This was the exact bowl that was used when I had a barbershop shave once next to my music studio.
This is our lovely little itty-bitty Sterling 22 millimeter.
Ironically, it's not our smallest brush anymore. We now have a slightly smaller one, but this is the one that I love to use when I want to kind of feel like I'm using a pencil to draw in my shaving bowl.
All right, here you go.
All right, here we go, y'all. So a little tiny thing here, but you will find that this does a great job in mixing up a nice lather here.
I think I figured out, I was having some deja vu, and I think I figured out where I know this from.
What do you got?
So early on in my college days, for a little side job, I was do some catering events.
Oh.
And they would always be kind of bougie in Southern California,
Sure,
like, you know,
right. Oh,
somewhere off in a mansion somewhere. Or a
Any
big,
celebrities?
yes, not through catering, but I did through a dancing gig one time at the Emmys.
That's cool.
But I'll have a show picture. But this scent reminds me of like I'm in my all blacks working the event, you know, trying to figure out how not to drop the napkins and serve some hors d'oeuvres. But everyone you would walk around was so dolled up and dressed up and nice. And I swear this scent immediately just takes me to those classy homes we were in. You didn't want to touch anything or break anything. But it smells of that nice Chanel elite kind of a fun vibe going on.
Y'all spent a lot of time in LA and they all smell really good. If you've ever spent any time on that Santa Monica Promenade where we have basically spent weeks of our life, y'all, there is no better smell in the world. And you can really smell the fierce if you get close enough to the Abercrombie.
Yeah, you can.
And you know, a gorgeous sort of cousin to Bleu de Chanel is
If
what
it
I'm
wasn't
getting
an aquatic, he blew. Like this is the other
right,
side.
so it's like a slightly less aquatic, I think, than Bleu de Chanel.
Right, so if you're not as much of an aquatic fan, this might be a perfect one to hop on. You know, like it's the other side, clean, bright.
Right. And if Bleu Chanel does blow your skirt up, but you want something a little bit more turf than surf,
There you go.
y'all, this would be your pony. And this
How's
is
our
a
ladder
really
going?
quality homage, too. Like, that's kind of what's blowing my skirt up, is that we've smelled homages and homages and homages. Even like an homage to a cologne I used to really wear, and the homage was okay, but it wasn't like identical. Y'all, this has that mark of like, whoa, when I take this in, this is a luxury
And
balance.
it's definitely a potent scent.
It is. I'm getting it way over
Right,
here.
I mean, even though it's a lower price point, the scent quality is definitely here. And I'm
100%.
seeing the soap quality is
Yep.
waking up as well.
So, y'all, when we do watch Ken Surfs, we do like to watch how the lather goes on his face because it tells us a lot about the base, tells us a lot about the artisan. So even though I'm using my little itty-bitty shaving bowl here, I'm going to put some lather on Sarah's face. I want you to see how this covers because this is a beautiful lather, y'all. I think there is a reason this is a world-famous legacy soap. Here we go. Ooh. Oh.
How's it looking?
Y'all, there you go. There you go.
A
Look
good
at
little
this.
slickers thing.
Beautiful. I'm going to display this.
It kind of feels lighter. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
It's still got a great
Yeah.
slickness, but it feels lighter. Like if you kind of want to be able to see where your hairs and all the groovies are,
Right.
this has got a nice, like, good way to contact still.
And y'all, put it in the comments. I am still a newbie. I am still on a journey of discovery, but I am finding out that sometimes if I put a base on my face and I have a little trouble getting the bristles to break through it, that it might be a little too slick for me, if that makes any sense at all. Sometimes I find that my razor goes right over some of my little tiny stubble if the base is a little too slick. I am totally ready to be wrong. I know. I am totally ready to be wrong. However, I am noticing that with this, I really feel every single bristle through the base, even though it is a really beautiful, soft, slick, and cushiony base. I still feel every bristle here.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. It does. I don't know. That makes sense how you're saying it. I hope it comes across on camera.
Right.
Because some of our other soaps are much thicker. I know, this is still early lather, but I'm very protective. Right. I feel that slickness is definitely here.
And y'all, I think the eucalyptus has balanced out beautiful in this. So this is something you will only find on the Barbershop Duet, but this is the eucalyptus mecalyptus whiff. On 3, 1, 2. Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Y'all, this is a different character. What are you getting from this?
I get a little less of the fruity hit. It's much more blended, but it's still 100% on the masculine cologne homage side.
So we are agreed this is not too feminine, but could be. Could be.
But I still feel like, as a lady, I would enjoy this smell on a man. I don't think I would grab it necessarily for me to use it. It wouldn't mean I wouldn't take whiffs of it, but I feel like I would enjoy walking by somebody that smelled like this. That smell would definitely leave a mark.
Right. So it's pretty simple, y'all. All you have to do is take your octopus tentacles hair and your glowing red eyeballs out into the bay, especially when it's only a couple of inches deep. Grab your cello, wait for the moon to be beautifully behind you, and you know what? You're not only going to smell good, but you're going to sound good, and you just got your own. So, head over to Amazon.com where you'll find this and a bunch of other cool stuff for wet shaving. I'm going to sing solo, so no, you can't hear me. Y'all, what a fantastic soap this is. An homage with a fragrance a level or two above what we were expecting. You can really get your nose under it. It's a quality dupe oil. And what a base this is. Completely functional on my face. Felt beautiful, natural, cushiony, safe. Y'all, we'll be back for some more of these.
Welcome to Messages.
Hey, y'all. Kind of ironic we're using our real barbershop hardware here because our giveaway this month is to an actual barbershop and distributor, The Shave Supply, down in Oxnard, California. A $20 gift card is our giveaway this month, and all you have to do to be eligible for this giveaway is send an email here to We Sent You at the Barbershop Duet so we can get back to you and check back on September 4th when we draw our lucky name on the show to see if it's you.
Best of luck.
If you are a fan of the Barassos, the Tailor of Old Bond Streets, we might suggest you give this guy a try.
Are there other ones that we should be doing by Goodfellas
There's
Smiles?
a ton. There's even an orange one. There's all kinds of Goodfellas Smiles, but I really want to try the razor, too, because those razors sent shockwaves throughout the community. A lot of folks have
Yeah,
those.
put it in the comments. What should we try next? Razor or soap-wise? I am curious. Clearly, they've been around for a while for a reason. They know what they're doing.
And y'all, the other thing about these, they could be a great door opener between the cans of goo and the artisan world that we all love so much. Y'all, there is a reason these are here, and they can be a great, ingratiating friend if you're wanting to get into this hobby.
And if you're looking for an homage to that lovely Chanel scent, this may be your jam,
too. If you are
too.
a fan of Blue de Chanel, this is not a far walk. I think you'd love it.
Don't forget your next appointment with the Barbershop Duet.
You'll smell better just watching this.